This is NBC6 News Local Midday Update.
Good afternoon. Thank you for making us your local news source and tuning into NBC6 Local Midday Update. I'm Fernanda Hernandez. In our top story this afternoon, fires are burning in Minneapolis after protesters took to the streets demanding justice for George Floyd. A handcuffed black man who died after pleading that he couldn't breathe to a police officer with a knee on his neck. Police using tear gas and also reportedly rubber bullets to disperse the crowds of protesters. At least one man is dead, and police say he was shot and killed outside of a pawn shop near the demonstrations. CNN's Omar Jimenez reports.
For a second night in a row,
tonight was a different night of protesting than it was just the night before.
Minnesotans take to the streets over the death of one of their own, George Floyd. The protests turning dangerous overnight, fires burning on the streets. Local firefighters rushed to extinguish this billowing fire at an auto zone. Flashbangs and fireworks rang out on the streets well into the night, some taking advantage of the unrest, looting a local Target and clashing in the streets with police. Emblematic of a pain felt in this community and beyond over how in just a matter of minutes, the 46-year-old father of two went from pleading for help to what eventually became an eternal silence.
I'm going to hear my man say this. I can't breathe. I want my mama. And I'm coming to find out that this man who died 2 years on the day that his mom died, I'm a mama's boy, bro. It's like that hurts me deep down inside, bro. And like something needs to be done, or something needs to be done.
Williams says none of the officers responded to his pleas to let up at the scene. The mayor of Minneapolis is now calling for charges to be filed.
I've been asking myself that core underlying question, why is the officer that killed George Floyd not in jail right now? And I can't answer that question.
Newly released records from the Minneapolis Fire Department show when medics got to the scene, they were working on a, quote, unresponsive, pulseless male. Floyd was declared dead later on at a nearby hospital. The circumstances that led to the encounter is among what investigators are trying to understand, including at the FBI and the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. All of it circling the question of whether the 4 officers involved will face more than just being fired. Criminal charges. That includes Officer Derek Chauvin, the man seen on video restraining Floyd with his knee, according to his attorney. The Police Officers Federation of Minneapolis says the officers are cooperating with the investigation. The Floyd family wants murder charges to be filed.
It hurts me that I am crying on TV, another black family going through this nonsense.
And within the community, a pain persists.
As a black community, as America, we a family. We got to make a change, bro.
And meanwhile, back home, Shreveport Police Chief Ben Raymond has ordered an administrative investigation into an SPD officer. This after a Facebook post regarding the death of George Floyd. According to CPL Angie Wilhite, Sergeant Brent Mason has been placed on departmental leave to determine if Mason violated the department's social media policy. In the Facebook post, which has since been deleted, Mason says he's been part of the Shreveport Police Department for 25 years and training officers for 12 years. In his post, Mason says, quote, "This was a mistake or misstep, not an act of murder," end quote. This when referring to the death of George Floyd. We have reached out for a comment from the SPD on this incident, and according to Wilhite, a comment from the chief during this time will be in violation of the officer's Bill of Rights in the administrative investigation. And happening now, a local hospital is offering free COVID-19 tests to the community. Starting today, Ochsner LSU Health Shreveport is providing testing at different locations throughout the city. Tests are available at Peaceful Rest Baptist Church and Bill Cockrell Park from 9 a.m. into 4 p.m. It's open to Louisiana residents who are at least 2 years old.
It's critical that people come get tested even if they don't have symptoms. This allows us to identify people who might otherwise be spreading the virus and allows them to self-quarantine in order to avoid spreading it to other people.
Today and Friday, you must bring an ID and insurance card. If you have one, no one will be turned away based on insurance status, and results are available by phone within 24 to 72 hours. Also happening right now, another mobile testing site at Caddo Magnet High. The testing ends at 5 p.m. today. Walk-ins are welcome, and again, be sure to bring in a valid ID. They are also testing there are other sites also testing that are happening through the rest of this week. You can find a complete list on our website, arklaTexHomepage.com. And some good news for Caddo Parish. According to the Caddo Parish Coroner's Office, no new deaths from coronavirus have been reported in the last 3 days. Caddo Parish's death toll reached 191 as of May 24th. The first death occurred March 24th. And here in Louisiana, the total number of cases in the state now over 38,000. The death toll now standing at 2,635, and Caddo Parish accounts for 2,400 cases and 191 deaths. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards announced during a news conference yesterday that there are 13 cases of multi-system inflammatory syndrome in children across the state. He also said there has been one related death in Louisiana due to this condition, and Edwards said doctors know very little about this condition but do know that there is a relation between MIS-C and COVID-19. According to the CDC, this condition causes different body parts to become inflamed. Many children with multi-system inflammatory syndrome had the virus that causes COVID-19 or had been around someone with COVID-19. And meanwhile, the COVID-19 pandemic forced school districts, teachers, students, and parents across the ArkLaTex into a new way of teaching and learning. So now that the school year has formally ended, local school districts are already looking ahead to the fall. Join us today on NBC 6 News at 5 for COVID-19 schools moving forward. We're going to visit area districts, share their plans for the upcoming school year, and tell you what precautions are being put in place. And over in Arkansas now, the most updated numbers have been released. There are now more than 6,000 cases of coronavirus. There have been 120 reported deaths. Governor Hutchinson will be given a COVID-19 update at 1:30 p.m. this afternoon. Of course, you can watch that live on our website, arklaTexHomepage.com. And NBC 6 is your local election headquarters, and a group hoping to gather enough signatures to put nonpartisan restrictions on the ballot get a big win in the federal courts this week. COVID-19 is limiting the ability for canvassing, meaning groups have a tough time getting the minimum required signatures to get an issue on the November ballot. After filing a lawsuit, Arkansas Voters First waited on the federal court's ruling, and now a witness isn't required. The collection process, meaning voters can sign the petition at home and mail it in, and the signature will still count. And in Texas, here's a look at the new coronavirus numbers there. There are now more than 57,000 cases statewide, 1,562 deaths so far. And the Texas Health and Human Services Department reports more than 37,000 people have recovered from the virus. And the Texas Department of Public Safety driver's license offices in Northeast Texas will reopen, but with limited services this beginning June 3rd. Customers can begin scheduling appointments through the DPS website starting on May 29th at 1 p.m. Services will be limited to customers with appointments only who are seeking a first-time Texas DL, a CDL, a learner's license, or identification card, as well as those who need to take a driving test. Customers must pay with a credit card, check, or a money order. No cash payments will be received. And over in Titus County, Texas, a Chamber of Commerce is giving money to small businesses in need during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Mount Pleasant Chamber of Commerce originally set aside $25,000 to donate, but that amount doubled when Mount Pleasant Economic Development Corporation decided to match that contribution. Any business that receives funding has to wait 45 days to apply for additional money, and there is no limit on the number of times you can apply. In order to qualify, the business must have an address within the city or county limits. And meanwhile, a spike in COVID-19 cases is frustrating local leaders. Titus County now has more positive cases than any other East Texas county, reaching to more than 300. Most of them can be traced back to the meat processing industry, with similar outbreaks in Panola and Shelby counties. KETK's Mai Owens explains why the county judge says the testing process is only making matters worse.
A sudden surge in positive cases, leaving some local leaders worried and frustrated.
But it's rapidly going up. We still have a significant number of outstanding tests that we have not received results from.
creating a mobile testing site at the Mount Pleasant Civic Center. 2 weeks later, they're just now starting to receive some of those results. Where are you seeing this spike in cases?
Until I can get those test results, I can't even answer that question.
County Judge Brian Lee says it's hard to take aggressive action against the spread of COVID-19 if he doesn't know where the majority of the patients are contracting the virus, pointing to the backlog of COVID-19 tests as the root of the problem.
What we would like to see is some final numbers coming in a lot more regularly and a lot quicker.
I think it's pockets. I don't think it's a statewide issue. It's a very large task. We're testing tens of thousands of people a day.
The delay is happening across the state. Processing plants are also being put under the microscope. A suspected hotspot in Mount Pleasant is the Pilgrim's Pride poultry plant. Pilgrim's Pride releasing a statement saying in part, the company is closely monitoring the coronavirus situation in the communities where we live and work. And increased safety measures are being taken, including travel and visitor restrictions and enhanced sanitation efforts.
Pilgrim's Pride wants to comply. They want the help of the state. They wanted to get this testing done. So after disrupting that plant for 2 full days last week, and then we can't even get results a week later, it makes everybody here go, what's the point?
Judge Lee says every employee has been tested. Now, like the rest of the state, he waits.
And only on 6, you asked and we listened. You can now find your latest coronavirus updates in Espanol on our website. This update gives you the latest on COVID-19 here locally and what's going on in your area as it relates to coronavirus. I'm going to be bringing you this update completely in Spanish, and you can expect updates on our website every Tuesday and Thursday. That's going to be arclatexhomepage.com. And as the fight against COVID-19 continues, the Keep Calm Through COVID hotline is still open and available. Mental health and substance abuse counselors are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This service is available to you at no charge, and you're seeing that phone number on your screen. And stay with us. We have a full check of your forecast coming up next. And new footage has been released on a controversial arrest that took place in Midland, Texas. We're going to share that with you coming up next. And later, theme parks are opening back up, but with some restrictions. We're going to tell you who and what those are later in the show. Stick around.
And now, your weather authority, Josh Marcis, certified the most accurate forecast in the Arklatex.
Well, welcome back. So far today, we've had enough rain and cloud cover to kind of hold the temperatures down this morning, and enjoying at least one more day of the cooler kind of late May temperatures here, as we are going to start a warming trend tomorrow as all this rain comes to an end and really turn up the heat as we move into next week. So your highs today pretty manageable, as most of us will be in the 70s and a few locations in the low 80s today. And the rain that we do see pop up this afternoon, we could see a few showers potentially roll into the overnight hours. So I think once we move into tomorrow morning, should begin to see things dry out. So we do have this area of low pressure continues to keep the rain in the forecast, at least for the rest of the day today. Big ridge of high pressure out to the west. That's what will kind of scoot in and dry us out in the upcoming days and bring a return of the heat next week. So here's a look at your Robbins Toyota Futurecast for today. It does show a few pop-up showers and storms as we start to warm temperatures up a bit. We'll continue to see that as we go through the afternoon and evening. If we do see any strong storms today, it would likely be south of Interstate 20. That's where potentially we could see a few high wind gusts with these storms. Really not too concerned about any potential flash flooding here, but some locations you get a pretty good thunderstorm rolling over. You could see an inch or two of rain today. We already did see some decent rainfall this morning in the Texarkana area, and as we move through the overnight and into your Friday, here comes the dry air, so that will shut the rainfall off. I've kept about a 20% chance of rain going south of I-20 tomorrow, but you can see the sun, the dry air that will move in Friday. We'll have a north wind as well, so that will push the humidity out of the region. So low humidity on the way this weekend, and it is setting up to be a gorgeous weekend for us. Should see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. No rain in that weekend forecast. Mornings will be great. We'll actually be in the low 60s each morning. Afternoon highs will wind up in the mid 80s both Saturday and Sunday. And look at that 7-day forecast, which is shaping up to be a nice one for us once we get through today. Again, just that slight chance of rain tomorrow. Your temperatures will warm into the mid 80s for your Friday. We'll kind of keep it there this weekend, and as we move into next week, that ridge of high pressure will really start to turn up the heat a bit as we'll dry out. Highs will be in the low 90s next Tuesday and Wednesday. What may happen next week? I have that 20% chance of rain in on Wednesday. Start to see some of those typical sea breeze type showers and thunderstorms, but again, normal high this time of the year when we get into early June is usually in the mid to upper 80s, so we're not that far from normal, but it looks like we could see the 90-degree heat set up for much of next week. That's a look at your weather forecast. Let's send it back over to Fernanda.
Thank you, Josh. And in regional news, a controversial arrest took place in Texas, and now we're getting a look at the body camera video the day Ty Anders was arrested in front of his grandmother. Ji-Young Kim reports.
Walk back! Walk back! Midland City officials are changing course, releasing the body camera footage that shows the arrest of Ty Anders.
I didn't want no stop sign! I did not want no stop sign! I didn't get no video! I did not want no stop sign!
The videos show officers demanding Anders step out of his car. They also show Anders on his knees in the front yard of his grandmother's home, begging for the officers to put down their weapons.
Put your guns down! Put your guns down!
Hey, dude,
I'm
okay. Ty Anders and his attorney, Justin Moore, held a press conference Tuesday, claiming Anders was followed by MPD without justification. The defendants also claiming Anders and his 90-year-old grandmother were both assaulted by the officers. Attorney Justin Moore releasing a statement saying in part, quote, "This incident falls within this age-old trend of following black men and arresting them for fabricated reasons," end quote. City of Midland following suit, holding a press conference Wednesday saying this.
I'm not saying people are being profiled. I'm not saying they're not being profiled. All I'm saying is we are listening.
When we get in these particular situations, we 100% support our police force and we 100% support our citizens. And so the bigger thing is not for me to go in with things I really want to talk about as much as me listening.
In a letter to a judge, Midland County District Attorney Laura Nodolf stated, quote, "There were no actions taken by any member of the Midland Police Department that would cause me any concern with moving forward with the case."
This is NBC6 News Local Midday Update.
Welcome back. In your consumer news, Nissan says it will slash production capacity by 20% and will shut down its vehicle manufacturing plant in Barcelona. This as part of a sweeping overhaul, and this comes after the Japanese car maker revealed its first annual operating loss in more than a decade. The company posted an operating loss of $376 million for its fiscal year ending in March. The announcements come one day after Nissan, Renault, and Mitsubishi said they would deepen their alliance. And meanwhile, Ben & Jerry's is launching a new flavor, and we mean it literally. They launched it into the stratosphere. The new limited edition pint is called Boots on the Moon. It released on Tuesday, and the ice cream maker sent a pint of it on a balloon 20 miles into the stratosphere. The space-themed flavor was developed for Space Force, a Netflix comedy series coming out on Friday. Ben & Jerry's describes the ice cream as a universe of milk chocolate ice cream with fudge cows and toffee meteor clusters orbiting a sugar cookie dough core. Sounds delicious to me. I don't know. All right, and SeaWorld revealed its plans to reopen its Orlando theme parks to the public on June 11th. This following its shutdown in response to the pandemic. SeaWorld Orlando, Discovery Cove, and Aquatica Orlando will open to workers the day before on June 10th for an Employee Appreciation Day. Among the new safety measures, the parks will have temperature checks. Workers and visitors must wear masks, and hand sanitizers will be at entrances and exits of attractions. And Disney World has also set its reopening dates after closing the park in mid-March in response to the pandemic. Disney World plans to begin a phased reopening on July 11th for its Magic Kingdom as well as Animal Kingdom parks, followed by Epcot and Hollywood Studios 4 days later. Workers and guests will be required to wear face coverings and undergo temperature screenings before entering those parks. And Disney will reduce capacity at the parks, and the resort will temporarily suspend parades, fireworks, and any other event that might draw a crowd. And stick around with us. The Sunflower Festival is canceled this year, but there may be some good news after all. We're going to tell you what those are after the break. But first, we're taking a live look outside with our Louisiana Tower Cam. Josh has one last check of your forecast coming up next.
This is NBC6 News Local Midday Update.
Welcome back. This ongoing pandemic has claimed yet another event here in our area. The 22nd annual Sunflower Trail and Festival scheduled for June 20th has been canceled, but the Sunflower Trail that was planted in early April is expected to be in full blossom in mid-June and last as late as mid-July. It will be open to the public, and while social distancing is still heavily encouraged, you can go and visit and see some beautiful sunflowers. And on that great note, we're sending it back to Josh for one final look at our forecast.
And a final check of your weather. Again, we are expecting some scattered rain and maybe a few thunderstorms as we head through the afternoon and evening today. And this will be it for the rain as we'll start to dry out tomorrow and warm up just a bit for the weekend. Temperatures will be near normal this weekend. Some cool mornings, but warm afternoons, highs in the mid-80s Saturday and Sunday. And just a slight chance of rain returning towards the middle of next week. I think the story next week, first week of June, will feel like the first week of summer as we'll have highs for a few days next week in the low 90s.
Thank you, Josh, and that wraps up your local midday update. We're going to see you back here at midday tomorrow. Have a terrific Thursday.
NBC6, your weather authority, awarded the Weather Rate Seal, certified as the most accurate forecast in the Arklatex.